Hocam, we have
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hocam, we have a cattle, sheep, goats, and everything up there. And then they having grass from same field, drinking same water, breathing same air. But it comes out of different taste of meat, different taste of milk, different benefit. What's the blessing behind all those? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala giving us all those.
What is it? All those what?
I mean, all different animals feeding from same field, drinking same water,
Yeah.
having the same air, but comes out in different.
Yeah. If the animals know how to cook, if they are like human beings, and in these days, one of the signs of the Akhir Zaman, of the fall of empire, is you have celebrity cooks and chefs. Okay? Cooks and chefs, they treated like they are superstars, they are rock stars. If the animals, they are cooking things and eating like the way we do, we would not get any blessing from eating them. Although people are looking down to animals and saying they are filled with ego, we say about the ego, and the ego has animal characteristics. But still, the animals, they have direct communication with Allah. Certain animals, like the bee, they have direct communication with Allah. And Allah is directly communicating with them, and they are following. Now these animals, when it comes to eating, you see, they are not trying to get, we're eating grass today, and they say, tomorrow we have to put sugar on the grass to make it taste better. And the next day they have to say, and they don't say, we're going to make grass soup. They don't try their dunya, where they are living, they don't try to turn it into a paradise, to make it better. They don't make it to serve their ego, you understand? They have instinct. That's why one of the sicknesses of Akhir Zaman too, humans, they have pets. And they're turning their pets to become like humans, spoiled humans. And they are putting their pets in palaces. Now we have pet hospitals, we have pet cemeteries, we have pet resorts. You think that cat or that dog or that monkey, they care? Huh? If they're eating from a solid gold bowl, or they're eating from a plastic bowl? They are in their fitrat, the way that they have been created. And they are following the reason of creation. They know what is the reason of creation. When man understands his reason of creation, he will stop making this world into a paradise for himself and into a hell for others. Because out there, in the forests also, in the jungles, especially when man is not interfering, there's a very delicate balance. Every animal, every tree, every rock is there for a reason. And everything is balanced. But when man interferes, a man interferes into this nature, not to make nature better, but to use and to destroy nature to benefit himself. Then when that balance goes off, then even the animals, they may behave in very uncharacteristic way. It is Allah is showing us now. Whatever that is in front of you, you have the free will to make whatever is in front of you to benefit you and to benefit others. Or you can take whatever that is in front of you to be damaging to you and to be damaging to others. Shaykh Efendi had said so many times, At least the animals, when they're eating, they produce, isn't it? They produce meat, milk, they produce leather, they produce everything that you can use. And they're eating things that is just growing naturally. There's no preparation. Mankind, to eat something, especially these days, spoiled, without any direction, no compass, mankind of 21st century. To eat something, they go through preparation, so much, so crazy. Picking the best thing to cook in the best way. They set it up in the best situation, environment, and they're eating it. And what do we produce? We're eating the most beautiful things, passes through us. The most beautiful things becomes the most disgusting things when it comes out from us, isn't it? That this body that is obeying to the laws of the senses, when this body obeys only the laws of the senses, then this body turns the most beautiful things to most disgusting things. Not just food. It can be taking peace and generosity from people, and because of the ego, turning it to be the most disgusting things, to turn it to cruelty, or turning it to arrogance, or turning it to ingratitude. Correct? So it's not just physical things that you are taking. Non-physical things, the most beautiful non-physical things that you are taking, you can also turn it to become the most disgusting things. When this body, it is obeying only the laws of the senses, of the nafs, of the hawa. But when this body is obeying not the laws of hawa and dunya and nafs and shaitan, but when the body, it is obeying the laws of Allah and His Prophet, then that time, whatever that you take, whatever that comes out, it will be the most beautiful thing. It will come out musk and rose. Your sweat will smell of roses. Everything that comes into your body now, it will turn and it will become purified. Like the prophets. Like the Holy Prophet ﷺ. And there are those in their footsteps too, who are able to do that. When they have made this body and they have turned it, because even when you, inshallah, we will enter into paradise. When you're entering into paradise and when you approach, then you'll be given a different body, because this body cannot enter into paradise. This body is the body for asfal safilin, for the low body. You understand? This body cannot even enter into a high pressure ocean, or cannot enter into different atmospheres too. Correct? What about the paradise? It cannot. So a new body will be given to you. You'll bathe in the river of Kawthar. New things, something will happen to you. And then with that body, you will enter into paradise. There are those who are already Ahli Jannat, Ahli Paradise here on earth. When they don't allow themselves, because a free will is given now, the laws of Allah and His Prophet, and the laws of Mawla, or the laws of dunya, and hawa and nafs, which one you're going to follow. And they take that choice of Mawla, then that time they will become already Ahli Jannat here on earth. Like the prophets, like the awliya Allah. Otherwise, the animals, they take the lowest things and they make it to be the most useful things for us, isn't it? What are we doing? We're taking the most beautiful thing and we're turning it into the most useless thing. So now we have a responsibility also. Qurban is coming. Like what we said before, so many people looking at Qurban, Idul Adha, Qurban Bayram, the season of Hajj. It's just an opportunity to eat meat. Even if you want to eat that meat, do you understand what that meat is? Do you believe what that meat is going to do to your body? Which Imam is speaking now? About eating from that sacrificial lamb or goat or animal that you sacrifice. That meat now, it will turn your body physically into something better. It will turn you into a believer. It will turn you into that one. The same way those animals have sacrificed themselves, have given up and obeyed, that now our physical bodies will be more obedient to the laws of Allah. Who is speaking about that now? No one. They don't believe anymore. You understand? They become just zabiha, zabiha, zabiha. But why zabiha? They never ask why. They never think. The religion becomes robotic. That's all. Oh, it's clean, no blood, this and that. There's something more than that. If we just say, oh, it's clean, there's no blood, and then that is the extent of your religion. Your religion is just diet. That's all. Your religion is just diet. Your whole deen is just based on diet. Is that what religion, the deen, spirituality is? Forget about spirituality. They cannot even enter there. Because now that meat that we're eating, and especially the sheep, it is the holiest animal that Allah has ever created. It does the zikr that we cannot even imagine. In the animal world, all the animals, they make zikr. Everything in creation remembers Allah in their own way, in their own tongue. And the donkey makes the least amount of zikr. And you know what is the least amount of zikr the donkey makes? 30,000 times saying Allah in a day. That's why today's Muslims, today's believers, they become worse than donkey. They don't even make 30,000. That is the lowest level. The sheep, oh. So when we take that, we put it in us, it's to make us better believers, better understanding, better things will start opening up so that we start to experience our faith. Not just to have knowledge of our faith. The best knowledge is the knowledge that you experience. Everyone talks about Islam now. Everyone talks about spirituality, but nobody is really experiencing it. If you experience, you'll be able to give. And if you're able to give, the world will turn to become a better place, definitely. But because those ones who have thousands and tens of thousands, either they don't give, they're keeping it all to themselves, or they cannot give, or they never tasted, or they don't believe what they tasted. Whatever reason. So now, we're going to enter into that season of Hajj, where we're going to see the Qurban, important to see. In the old days, they choose an animal months before Qurban becomes commercial, factory-like. They're going to teach their children too. You see that animal? We're going to cut him. Oh, really, Daddy? You're going to cut him? Yes. Your children must have a connection to that animal and to know that that animal is going through a sacrifice for you, just so that you can eat. So that now, from a young age, your relationship to food too is going to be completely different. You're never going to waste. You're going to respect, because the food comes from life that is given up for you. The food does not come from supermarket. The food does not come from boxes or from cans. It comes from an animal, from life, from an intelligent being. So once you start building a relationship with that animal, when the Qurban time comes, you feel that it is a loss. You feel that it is a sacrifice. This is a forgotten sunnat. People can give salawat billion times a day, but if you're not going through this sunnat, the salawat is not going to mean too much where this is concerned. You understand? Because now we have nothing to base it on. It's just a feeling. Salawat is just a feeling. It is good, you can do that. But walking in the footsteps of the Prophet ﷺ, not only you praising him, but you experiencing what he went through, that time you will be very effective. You will understand. So, animals, from simple things, they give so much. The selfish, egoistic man, the most complicated things, they don't give nothing at all. Or they give the most disgusting things. We need to know what is it that Allah has given us and what we need to give back. To your environment, to each other, to Allah and to His Prophet ﷺ. That is not just taking and taking and taking. It is about giving and about giving up. Then later they will teach you it is about giving something that doesn't belong to you in the first place. That everything is a gift, everything is a favor. Man saying, I work so I earn money. For a believer, that's not true. So many people work. So many people, they don't get money from the work that they do, correct? So many people, they don't work and they get a lot of money, isn't it? So now Islam is teaching you to think, to analyze, to sit, to understand. The dunya is never making you to understand. This technology is never making you to sit, to think, to understand. This Western lifestyle is never making you to do that. It's all about it's just to experience the pleasure, just to experience the senses, to satisfy your senses, to satisfy your ego. Things are given to us. Are we now saying that if food is being given to us, prepared for us, that takes a long time to prepare, that we're going to refuse it and say that, no, I'm going to eat grass? Of course not. It doesn't mean that. Especially in these days, we cannot run away from the comfort and the ease that not even the sultans and the kings in the past they experienced. Correct? Those ones, not even Firaun had central heating or AC or a bathroom right next to his room. Correct? Or a car, or to fly over the... Now we have all these things that not even the sultans and the kings of the past that they have. Are we going to say we're going to refuse it? We're not going to refuse. We're going to balance. We're not going to be dependent on them. We're not going to be attached. We're not going to say, if I don't get my iPhone, if I don't get my this, if I don't get my that, I'm going to die. I'll never live in this world. That's what they're teaching the kids. As soon as the baby can learn how to walk a little bit, they give them an iPhone. Opening up the sewer lines. So, things that are in front of us, we need to balance it, not to get so obsessed, but to live a simple life. To live a simple life. You may live in a palace, but not to have it in your heart. If Allah takes it away, you say Alhamdulillah. If Allah gives, your heart is not going to shake. May Allah make it easy for us, inshallah.